Hi guys, this is Marty from Ralayla Creates, and I'm back with some steps that I've done with my husband's journal that I'm making for him, the Star Wars themed journal. I showed on the video where I had taken my scrapbook paper, excuse me, having a hard time getting words today. Took my scrapbook paper out and folded it in half. It's a 12 by 12 paper, and so I just folded it in half, which gives me 6 in width and 12 in length. Okay, so a regular piece of paper, 8.5 by 11, is not gonna fit in here well because it'd be way too short. So I ordered some 11 by 17 paper off Amazon. It's 24 pound. The only thing they had in the nearest office store was 20 pound, I believe. But I have problems with my hands, and so I need a little bit thicker paper because I'm a little harsher on it because I don't have good dexterity. But anyway, I got the 11 by 17 paper. And what I did was got my memory keeper scoreboard trimmer combo, and in this position it's for scoring, measuring. So I just took the edge of the paper and did it up. It's flush against the top and then flush against the side going down through here. Now you can measure it if you like up at the top. I didn't. I just took it and make this edge come up in here and meet this one right up to the edge, and then folded it down, and then I used my bone folder to set the crease. Okay, but I'm gonna have to trim this because my scrapbook paper is only 12 by 12, so I'm gonna trim this just a little under 12 inches. Okay. And now I have a page that will go into a signature. If you see right here, I'm still going to trim the edge a little bit. I just want to make it closer with the papers matching. Okay? So, that's what I've done. And then I had some loose papers, single sheet papers that it was single-sided, and so it was white on the other side. You can see a little bit of the white here, but I'm gonna have to trim it down anyway. So what I did is I took my Fabrifix and I glued around the top of the page and came down halfway. You know, got really good at the edges and did a little smear through there. Put my piece of paper on, did it down to the middle, pressed it down to the middle, and then I finished gluing all the way around the edges and pushed it down, and then I used, oh, excuse me, this wonderful little thing right here that I just got at Tuesday morning a couple of months ago. And I was able to smooth out the glue by pressing out the excess glue to the edges so I didn't have bumps in my paper. Okay, and that's what I've done to this paper, and where's the papers I did? Sorry. And these papers. This paper here was out of the Constellations pack, the $5 Hot Buy pack. Well, I bought it, well, it was $5 at Michael's. So I just pulled pieces. You see it's white on one side, which I don't care for paper like that. I like double-sided paper. So what I did was pulled out some sheets and then glued them exactly like I did the other. So this is one side and this is the other. Again, I just used the Fabrifix, went on the top right at the edge, and then came down the edge halfway, and then did a little bit of glue in the middle to help it adhere. Put my sheet on, my second sheet on, then I glued down the edges again, back up to the center, and put a smear in the middle, and then spread it out with We Are Memory Keepers large bone folder. That helped me get the excess glue to come out, so it's a smooth feel to it instead of having like little bumps, you know, where the glue did hit the paper. And that took a little bit of time, so I didn't want to waste your time watching me glue. So I have these, and I will fold them just like I did the other. Bring my edge up, and I'm going to take this side and just come over. This, whoops, it slipped on me. Like I said, you can measure it if you want to. I just find it a little easier to do it this way. And then I set the crease with my bone folder. And then that's more like double-sided paper. And like I said, I'll be cutting the edges down, so I'm not going to worry about it at this point. I made sure to get glue right up through here. And if it didn't get, I'll go back and touch it up some more. So that's all I did on that to make that double-sided. And then the next thing I had talked about was these paints. Okay, I was going to see what I thought would work with the journal that I'm making. So I've got some neons. I really want to see what this glow in the dark does. It says I really should charge it in the sun to make it glow. I've got it sitting under a light over here, but I'm not sure how well it's going to do with just that light. It's a not light, but may or may not work. And then I just made swatches, excuse me, of my paints here. And you might can see I'm still letting them dry. I just wanted to see what it would look like on the paper. Here's the one that is the glow in the dark, and it says you can do up to 5 layers of this for best results. And it says it charges depending on where you're at. What did I do with that paper? Outside, I think it charges. It takes like 5 minutes to charge it, and then it's good for like 45 minutes. But it keeps. You can keep doing it. You can keep charging it. You know, you let it sit in the sun for so long, and then it's supposed to glow in the dark. Ugh. I really think I need to let it sit outside. I'll probably put a few more coats on it. I might go with the 5 coats that it said you can do up to 5 coats on, and I'll probably do that. I really do want to see if it will glow in the dark, and if so, I'm going to take it and I'm going to use one of these greens here to represent the lightsaber, and then this blue. And I also want to see if this does end up glowing. This is what this is right here. It's by Folk Art. It's called Super Glow. Now if it does end up glowing, I'm going to see if it will glow on the blue. Now I think this is going to have a green tint, though. I'm not sure. I want to see what will happen if I put this on the blue. So I will update this tomorrow to see what happens. But this one is the Super Glow by Folk Art. That's this one. And then I have Deco Art Neon. It's just green. Thermal green is what it calls. And then I have testers. Now this is actually for an airbrush, so it comes out really liquidy, but it's fine. Fluorescent, it just says fluorescent, testers fluorescent, and it is for an airbrush. Okay, and then the blue is by Craftsmart, multi-surface premium neon. So it's neon blue. Sorry, let me hold the testers up in case you need to see that. I think this was at, I want to say Michael's. It was in the clearance aisle, Michael's. I don't remember if I held that one up, so I'll hold that one up. And I know I did the blue, but here, neon blue. And I got all these at Michael's one day that I was in there. And this is a bright silver. It's by Craftsmart. And that's this one down here. It's still a little wet, as you can see. And then this one is Folk Art, Color Shift. I don't see a name. It's got to be on there. Green Flash, right there. Green Flash. So I have those, and I'm seeing, you know, how it reacts with the paper. And I really want this neon, well, not neon, but the glow. I really want the glow to work. Because I'm thinking I would like to do the edges of my papers in that. You know, have my papers folded here. And I'd like to go over the edges, all the way around the edges on those, so that the book would actually glow, you know, in the dark. That's my goal, but we're going to see if this works. This is kind of expensive too. This is, well, kind of, compared to what you pay for little, you know, little things little things of these type of paints. I want to say this was like $7, around the $7 mark. They had other ones that cost less, but this one says it keeps recharging. But the packaging is the one that said it takes about 5 minutes in sunlight, and then it's good for like 45 minutes. Then you recharge it again. It can be in sunlight or, you know, in regular light. But right now, I don't see it glowing. So I'm probably going to have to charge that in the sun, just to make sure. Okay. And then the other thing that I've done is the paper back. In the back of this paper pack, there were these little star signs. Sorry about that. Get that up there so you can see it. And all I did was take my circle punch. I guess I need to turn it the right way, don't I? And I just went through and punched out the star patterns here. And I'll use them on tags or somewhere, or tabs in the journal. Okay, so that's where I am up to this point. I'll come back when I have some other information for you and more things to share with you. So take care. Bye.